as Dan said, work at the National Ability Center. If you don't know what we do, we are a nonprofit located in Park City, Utah. We help people with disabilities do outdoor recreation. And what that means is we get people outside. So we have different programs ranging from our ski and snowboard program at Park City Mountain Resort to a rafting program in Moab, Utah. And then we also have everything in between that you could think of, from archery to climbing, equestrian, cycling, you name it, and we probably do it outside. So we have a really unique customer base, and we needed a way to not only help our participants, but also our instructors. So we have actually two different Experience Cloud sites that I'm going to touch on today. The first is our Experience Cloud site for our participants. We began this process, I would say probably at least 4 years ago when we started creating our portal. And what we did was we needed a place for people to sign up for programs, give us all of the information about who they are as a person. When you're working with people with disabilities, you need a lot of data collection so that you can give them the best support needed on these different lessons and things that we're doing outside. And then also a place where they can sign up, pay for their lessons, basically put everything in their hands so that all they need to do is sign up, pay, and show up here at the NAC, and we can take it from there. Instead of our registration team, who in the past would have to collect all that information by hand, put that into a database, do all these other crazy things. We made it a lot more efficient. What SaltClick actually did for us specifically in that site is create the searchability to find the program that you're looking for out of our almost 30 different programs, the time, and also the seasonality functional search there. So if you know you're coming to vacation this winter in Park City, you can come and find your ski program that works based on your vacation really fast and easy versus before it was lots of different information on one page and kind of a little clunky there. And then also they helped us reduce what we were asking was 8 pages of data. We now are asking the data that we need right at the right time. So we first ask, tell us about yourself and that sort of thing. But then as you sign up for different programs, there's sometimes more things we need to know. Have you skied before? What type of skiing have you done? What is your experience level? So that then we can make sure we match you with the right instructor. So those are awesome things that we did on our Experience Cloud site. And then on top of it, we've added in this functionality where they can add items to their cart, pay for it, apply for scholarships, and really do everything that they need to do on the finance side. And that all comes back into our Salesforce for our accounting team. So super easy process. And it's also really easy for our participants to be able to put that information in, especially when we're dealing with a population that sometimes has some different needs than, the regular population that a lot of other customers may have, right? So then we have a second Experience Cloud site. We said, how do we take this to the next level? We already know one works really well, but we want to do another one because all of our different program teams, when you have a team in Southern Utah, you have a team at the ski resort and then one at our ranch, they all need to be able to communicate about maybe one participant or a group of participants that are coming to all of those different facilities. The biggest part of adaptive recreation is progress notes. It's something that every adaptive organization that you run into does. So what that means is if you come to a ski lesson, we're going to show you, here is what you started with. And then every time we're building on that. We are saying you got a little bit better. We got to another advanced track, and we can track and see how that participant moved through our programs, as well as if that participant bounces around. Maybe they're not just sticking with skiing. Maybe they're going to archery next. Maybe they're going to equestrian programming. So beforehand, we had probably 4 or 5 different sites where we were using this to collect the data. It wasn't really easy for us to communicate unless we all came together and our managers all sat in a room and said, hey, this is what's going on in our department. Oh, that's also happening in your department? Great, now let's connect over that, right? So we built an instructor Experience Cloud site. So this not only gave us the ability to have our instructors not have full Salesforce licenses, but have a light version where all they need to see is participant data, know what's going on the schedule, and those progress notes that we've talked about, because we track even our donations, our accounting, all of the other things going on in Salesforce as well. So they only need a small version so we can kind of tailor to exactly what their needs are with this site. We also made it so that if, Dan comes on one of our programs, we can say, hey, Dan came here. And then, the next day, the next instructor can read on that progress note and say, okay, now I know how to take off from where you left off. they're starting from scratch and trying to, get that rapport and everything else, you already know where they're at in their programming. So this Experience Cloud site not only changed the game for our participants, but also for our internal use. And on top of it, now that communication all lives in the back end. Things are getting updated constantly. People are able to know what's going on through different departments. And it really has just made our lives a lot easier. So we're really excited, and we have, SaltClick to thank on that level for all of the help they've given us.